I tell you, I think that one of the reasons why, I was talking to my homie about it. One of the reasons why, the topic is such an important topic for, the hip hop generation, man, because it's one of the reasons or one of the ways that law enforcement or the criminal justice system creeps into the lives of so many people, so many black men and their families, without us really taking any sort of, extreme type of actions. One day we wake up and we've got these issues that we got to deal with in front of judges and uniforms and government agents. And I think one of the reasons why it doesn't come up much is because it's only our business for so many people in this country. We're still a minority. We're less than 10%. We make up less than 10% of the population, something like that. And for so many people, it just doesn't exist. If you're not black, you haven't been in an environment with a black person while they were driving, then it does not exist to you. You've never seen it. It's like Sasquatch. It's like Bigfoot or something. You've never seen the effects or the actual event of driving while black and had the treatment or had a law enforcement agency of some sort, some individual step to you. You haven't seen what it's like to see the police officer look through his window, look out, he's going the opposite direction of you, and you see him look at you and break his neck to watch you go by and make a U-turn. What is he looking for? Why did he need to see you before he made a U-turn? If you were speeding or if there was something defective on your in your equipment, why did he need to watch you go by and break your neck? Does he want to see who was driving? Is that not racial profiling? It's unconstitutional from what they say, but it happens every day. It happens all the time. And so, one of the three things that it's one of the big three, as I call it. Violence would definitely bring the police to your doorstep. The second thing is if someone makes some sort of accusation, we call that snitching in the hip-hop generation. If a snitch tells on you for doing something, making something up, true or false, it doesn't matter. That could bring the police to your doorstep. And traffic tickets or driving while black is the third thing. Those other two things you can really get a hold of. You can just cease and desist from all the violence. You can get away from that. And you can keep your circle small enough to where you don't have to deal with someone making some sort of accusation or bringing the police to your doorstep. But driving, just traveling from A to B, how do you really avoid that? You're going to tint your windows? It's really difficult, man, because eventually, black adults, black men, you're going to end up in the car, some way, one way or another, whether you're driving or not. But, so that's the thing. Well, how do we get a hold of that thing? How do we get control over that thing? How do we get better understanding of what's going on with that thing, with driving while black? It's time that we understand the system and stop handing over our business or the responsibility for our outcomes to some attorney or someone else saying, hey, I need you to take care of this for me, because it's not their business. The technical areas of law, the fine print, the actual agreements, the contracts, the writings. It's time that we're able to understand, read that stuff and understand what it means and what it doesn't mean, and and what we're obligated to do and what we're not obligated to do. What does that take? It just takes a level just to be a black man in this country and to take care of your family and to be in social environments in the public. It takes a level of it takes a level of patience, and you have to be brave, to do many things in this country. Driving while black is just another one of those things. And so, I encourage, whatever you do, whether you buy this ebook, whether you buy this special report, this manual that breaks it down into 3 steps for you on what you need to know, whether you buy that or you go and educate yourself like I did in advance before you get into these situations, whichever path you take, man, I just implore you to do so. Be prepared, because I mean, you know, like I know, you're gonna be traveling, and if you're gonna be traveling, you have no control where the police are gonna be, and when they choose to, um, you know, violate their oath of office and decide to be overzealous, overreaching, and accuse you of something or arrest you for something or stop you for something that is probably less than just. So, you know, that's West Coast Chuck. You know, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And, man, you know, like I say, most of the time, man, you need to be cool, but you need to do something. One.